Another question is, what did you have to do in your audition? I think is this from Hedge Park? Huge Park. Hyde Park.
Right.
Sorry, Hyde Park. What did you do in your audition for your role?
There were many auditions. Yeah. One of the first ones I remember was standing in a line of us, of about 10 excited young Harry Potter lovers, and they were asking which scene are you most excited about seeing from the book to the film. I was standing there, not thinking anything of it, and then I realised when they got to the guy before me, and they said, what scene? And he said, the Goblin. He said, I really want to see Hogwarts and the castle, and I want to see the goblins and the bank, I want to see Gringotts. Of course, I didn't have an answer, so I just said, yeah. Whatever he said, the goblins, they sound amazing. And Chris Columbus, the director at the time, saw straight through that and thought, I think he saw a little bit of humour in it. And then he did another scene where we were pretending to run lines between a scene between Draco and Hagrid regarding a dragon's egg, and he had a chicken's egg as the prop. And he'd run a couple of lines and then accidentally drop it on the floor, or drop it on the table and let it splat everywhere, just to kind of see your reaction and to see how you would still run the lines. I don't know, I'm not sure quite what it was, we were all very young, so it was hard.
How did you react?
I think I just laughed, I kind of had an idea that nothing was by accident, it was all staged, to see how you react, so I don't know, Chris and I got on very well. I went for loads of auditions for Harry and Ron, and then finally for young Draco, so I think he wanted me somewhere, he just didn't quite know where, so eventually got the evil one.
Right. Hyde Park also want to know, have you been to any exciting Hollywood parties?
Exciting Hollywood. I mean, every Harry Potter premiere is always an elaborate bash. They always have massive after parties with all the sweets, and there's lots of children at these things, so they cater very. It's not just champagne and canapes. They have lots of nice sweets and fun toys going around, and magicians. They have loads of magicians going around, and I'm not the most easily impressed with magicians, and I remember these guys were incredible. I'll never forget how.
I imagine the cast of Harry Potter are pretty hard to impress.
Well, this is it. This is it. We have a high bar. Yeah. And he was doing a few pick any card you like. I said no.
Yeah,
no
not
card.
for me.
No, this is it. But actually, he was. I remember them being very good. So yeah, that's about as Hollywood bashed as we get, I think.
And this leads on from the glamorous questions. Do you like being famous?
I still don't really.
That's from Lambton, by the way. Sorry, Lambton.
Thank you for the question, Lambton. I don't really consider myself famous, if that doesn't sound. I don't change anything that I would do anyway. I still walk everywhere. I still take the tube. I still take buses and trains. No one's ever stopped me or harassed me.
You never had an upgrade to first class on the plane or anything like that?
Nothing like that. No special. I mean, it's very nice when you fly with Warner Brothers, because they treat you rather nicely. But no, never many. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't really want that. I certainly wouldn't want to request any special treatment, or do you know who I am, or do you know who I think I am. I don't think there's any need for that, and I think we're very lucky that all of the actors really are very grounded, and no one seems to have gone Hollywood, as they say.
It must be quite difficult though when you've been quite young and become famous quite young to sort of not let it go to your head.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think someone told me saying that if enough people hold open doors for you, eventually you don't open doors for anyone else, and it's important not to lose that. I think I have a very normal group of friends who really don't care about my day job as much as I don't really care about their day job. They just care about watching the cricket and having a barbecue and then having a beer at the end of the day or something like that. It's nothing to film me or anything like that. I think that's probably the best way to do it, and not get too involved with it, or like you say, think you're something that you're not. I mean, something that I've always been very aware of, I think, is that we are merely ambassadors of the brand. I think it's the whole thing together, the stories that we really represent. It's not ourselves or even our characters. I think just we are little pieces of a massive thing that a lot of people love. So it's a great honour to be part of it, but at the same time, remind yourself that it's the thing. It's not yourself or your character really. It is an overall production. So yeah, that's what I try and do anyway.
Well, now we've got a question to boost your ego.
Alright, go for it.
I haven't gone all humble. I think, is this Ash High? Ash High want to know, what's your biggest personal achievement today, so you can boast a bit now, Roland.
Wow, okay, I'll pluck the chest out for this one. Personal achievement, I mean, there's been so many amazing things. I'm speaking on behalf of my friends here. I was very lucky that a couple of years ago I was invited to play at Soccer Aid, which was a charity football match, and we played at Wembley Arena, the new stadium. and I was playing on my team with Shearer and Teddy Sheringham and all these greats. But I confess, I'm not the biggest football fan.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm naff at football. I'm really terrible. And I explained this to the promoters. I said I don't play football. Do you still want me on board, kind of thing? And they said, yeah, we really want someone to sort of try to boost the appeal to younger kids. So I said, yeah, fine, I'm more than happy to do it. And didn't make too much of an idiot of myself. But all my friends were like, you played at Wembley with Shearer and Sheringham, and I was like, yeah, it was hell. To be honest, I was so nervous before it. But yeah, I'll look back. I've got pictures in my house of me holding up the cup with Teddy behind me, and I think that's
a good one for boasting.
There you go. Yeah, I'll boast about that one.
And Roseacre would like to know, who would you most like to work with?
Again, yeah, I feel like I've been really, really privileged with people that I have worked with. So there are so many people that I have worked with that I'd love to again. Certainly all the directors that we've worked with over the course of the 5 years. It's so hard to say. I suppose going back to, I'd love to work with Tom Hanks, really. Maybe not even in the film together, but I know he's written. He wrote a film called That Thing You Do. Another film that I would vastly recommend. It's a beautiful story about a young band in America, and I'd love to do something like that with him.
You get to do your band and the acting at the
same
time. Yeah,
so That Thing You Do. Let's do the remake. Tom, if you're out there, if you're watching.
And this question is from Leah and Harriet, who'd like to know, do you watch yourself back on film or TV?
Generally not. Actually, a lot of the earlier films are being played on Sky Movies and things like that. So yeah, my friends often put them on to jeer and laugh rather than to compliment. It's very odd actually looking back, because you are nearly a decade younger. It's kind of bizarre to see the fact that we were so much younger than what we are now. So they have a good laugh at my expense, and we enjoy it. It's one of those things that I think you look back and not laugh at, but you just laugh and think, wow, that was so long ago. It's amazing that it feels like it was almost yesterday in a way. So yeah, we have good fun looking back at it.
So you don't feel uncomfortable or anything?
Not too much. I mean, I don't think anything of it. I really think I think every actor in a way doesn't think much of it. It doesn't think, oh god, that's really fairly tragic. But I suppose I'm always aware that I'm acting, I guess. Also, I don't really look at the character that I portray on screen as myself, really. So that's a good way of
distancing yourself.
Splitting the two. Yeah. At least trying to distance it a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's been great, and I'm afraid, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today.
Right.
So I'd like to say thank you so much, guys, for all your questions and your brilliant chat board comments. They were all excellent. And of course, Tom, thank you for answering all the questions.
Not at all. Thanks for such a great response. So many great questions. Yeah. Far better than any journalist that I've had over the last 10 years.
Pretty good stuff, yeah. And we really hope that you enjoyed the live webcast as much as we did, our first ever live webcast. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.